All right. I guess first thing, Lamar Jackson. I mean, everybody's saying it, and they rightfully so. I mean, he's certainly the MVP so far this year, and is having a great year. Now their offense is scoring 34 points a game. I mean, they have a prolific running game. I was back when Earl Campbell made 200 yards in 4 games. And this group's averaging 200 yards a game, so it's and like I say, way back then when I started, there were a few teams that averaged 200, but nowadays there's nobody even close to that, and they're 50 yards a game rushing more than anybody else. So and they control the clock, doing that, and they've scored a lot of points. So the unusual part of that is their quarterback is their leading rusher, which they're a great running team, but part of it is the quarterback, makes a lot of yards rushing too. So we had a little bit of that when I was at Atlanta with Michael Vick and Warwick Dunn. But I don't think we average near what these guys are doing. So, if I didn't already, they'd give me white hair playing against teams like this, but I'm already there.
Wade, in facing schemes like this defensively, is the key more setting the edge, so he can't bounce it, or?
Yeah, there's the problems are if you get, a lot of times it's if a guy gets you, if there's nobody there, if there's nobody there to stop them, they're going to make yardage. But the problem with them, and even with the running back, I mean, if there's somebody there, they might make a miss or run through them and make that yardage too. So you've got to really tackle well against these people. And that's easier said than done because we've seen a lot of missed tackles, especially on the quarterback.
Do you notice with Lamar too, because I said some other coaches say he's a lot stronger than what people think. We see him evading and slipping.
Yeah, he's a tremendous runner. But the other part of it, they've made a lot of explosive plays, but not just in the running game. They've made a lot of explosive plays in the pass game too. So that's how they get to 34 points a game. If they're only a running team, that would be one thing. But they've made a lot of plays, especially explosive big plays in the passing game.
What kind of challenges does that present to you as a defensive coordinator when you not only have to worry about a running game and a quarterback who can run the ball very well, but also a passing game that is known
gives me a headache. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a great challenge. It's something that competitors, and I think our guys are, it's something for them to step up and play well against, and that's what our challenge is.
You mentioned Michael Vick in Atlanta. Jalen Ramsey called Lamar Jackson the 2019 version of Mike Vick. How similar are those two quarterbacks, really?
Pretty similar in a lot of ways, certainly. Both of them are great runners. Mike was similar that he didn't throw many interceptions, and he had that flick of the wrist that he could throw the ball downfield. But Lamar's, this era's Michael Vick maybe plus. Michael Vick plus.
Eric Weddle is getting a lot of attention this week because of the Baltimore connection.
Right.
What has he brought to the Rams? Is it any different from what you expected going in?
Well, we expected a lot from Eric, especially communication-wise with the rest of the players to be able to, help in those areas, not only his play but also his communication skills. And they're even better than I thought. I mean, he does a great job of anticipating things and beforehand saying, hey, they might do this. Check, he's talking to other people, communicating to other people what might happen, and then a lot of times it does happen. So he's on top of the game that way.
Wade, what have you seen out of Troy Hill and Nikel Roby-Coleman over the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, I think Troy's certainly played well. Nikel's played well for us, since we've had him. Troy's gaining more and more confidence every game. He's certainly got ability. He's got a good knack, or he's able to play off man and press man, and that gives you a little advantage at cornerback because you can press and play zone, or you can play off and play zone, but he can do both of those. So, but he's coming along. I think he's certainly played well last week and several weeks ever since he started. So, but again, they got Brown out there as a big time deep receiver, so we got to be aware of him all the time.
With you guys kind of going up and down a little bit this season, just the team's a little bit record and everything, how do you think Sean McVay, just as a young coach, has been able to handle it? Has he been the same guy?
I think Sean's done an outstanding job, and if you saw after the game last week, the team basically gave him a game ball because he keeps pointing them in the right direction, and he's done a great job of that. One thing that's come up, I guess, about Eric Weddle and so forth. I've never really given info to the teams that I've coached for before. The Broncos, the Bills, the Texans, the Cowboys, the Chargers, the Falcons, the Eagles, and the Saints and the Oilers. And I'm not going to give any to the Oilers for sure. So, but we'll all be getting ready for this ball game. And actually, all those teams probably fired me too, so maybe that's why I didn't like them. But actually, I do appreciate all those teams getting me a job, and I'm thankful for that. But all right, thank y'all.
When you talk about Eric's communication